As ever, Elena's here with the French papers this morning. She's talking Nicolas Sarkozy.
Well, we've been talking about it this morning and yesterday and last week. When is Nicolas Sarkozy going to officially announce he is standing?
Just say, we need to know.
Well, he's aiming to retain an element of surprise, Stuart.
Yeah.
This is meant to be a strategy, but lots of journalists and people covering the campaign and even probably voters are starting to get quite fed up with his delaying announcing when he's actually going to run. We know he will be standing for a second term. It's meant to be announced this week. What day is it today, Stuart?
Tuesday morning here in Paris.
I'm sure Mrs. Norval won't. We should have to hope she's not watching, won't we? Because today, of course, is Valentine's Day.
Of course, I know that too.
I hope you know that.
Yeah, of course.
And here it is on the front page of Libération.
Yeah.
How to declare your love, whether for your paramour or for the French voters. Libération is advising Sarkozy on how to declare himself inside here. They've got 10 ideas that move rather away from the traditional approach of doing it in a campaign meeting or on a TV interview. They suggest, for example, that he dress up as Goofy and go and announce it from Disneyland Paris, because everybody likes Disneyland, even in times of austerity and crisis. Or that he announce it via Twitter, although they say he might not actually know how Twitter works. Or that he go to Benghazi and announce it there, because at least there's someone where he's actually quite popular, and people have been naming their babies Sarkozy after the successful French intervention there. Or indeed, my favourite is that he and Carla Bruni should form a folk duo and release a single announcing his candidacy in song. I'm not sure which is your favourite.
In their nice white fluffy jumpers. I still like the Goofy one. I think that's nice and appropriate.
Well, on a slightly more serious note, the right-leaning paper Le Figaro has probably got more internal information from the Elysée than Libération does, and they say the announcement will be happening tomorrow night, Wednesday night, in one major TV interview, either on TF1 or on France 2, so one of France's biggest major TV channels, although they did say it was going to be this weekend, and it wasn't, so the Elysée is still aiming to retain an element of surprise. We still don't quite know when he's going to make that not very surprising announcement.
And what about the other candidates, the ones who are definitely running?
Well, Marine Le Pen's problem with her 500 signatures is back in the headlines again today. Of course, this is because she needs 500 of France's nearly 50,000 local mayors to sponsor her, otherwise she won't be on the ballot paper. Now, yesterday, the centrist candidate François Bayrou suggested all the main parties come together and get enough mayors who haven't sponsored anyone else yet to kind of make a joint effort to make sure she is on the ballot paper, because otherwise it would be inimical to democracy if she's polling 16-17% and can't actually stand. But both of the main parties, the UMP and the Socialist Party, have rejected this idea. Both of their spokespeople said yesterday if Marine Le Pen can't find enough mayors to sponsor her by herself, tough, they're not going to help. But then Le Parisien reports actually the problem might not be as bad as she's been making out. They say she's got 400 signatures already, and she's still got until the 16th of March to find another 100.
Let's go beyond French politics. What else on the front of the papers?
Well, Greece, over at L'Humanité, which is here, they've got Greece insurgent as a headline. They've actually got a petition in here that you can sign and write off to them if you are as angry as L'Humanité is about the new bailout terms for Greece. They say they're forcing people in the Greek street to starve to death and return the country to the Stone Age. Now, they're a very left-wing paper, so you might expect them to feel quite strongly, but even the Catholic paper La Croix has got the Greeks doubt and are exhausted with all of this as their headline. They say that the requirement of the Troika that all the candidates for Greece's parliamentary election in April sign a statement saying they'll stick to the austerity pledges means that that election has absolutely no meaning, because the Greeks aren't being allowed to make any kind of fair choice, really. And if after all that you still thought that maybe the Greeks brought some of this on themselves, you're not feeling very sorry for them, Le Parisien probably will make you feel sorry for them. They've got the headline, could you live on 586 euros a month today? And they say that the average rent for a one-bedroom flat in Athens is 350 euros, and now the minimum wage is being cut to 580, so it'll be pretty hard to get by with that. They do still make a little joke, though, about it in Le Parisien's cartoon. They've got a demonstrator with a Molotov cocktail in there and a man from the Troika asking him how exactly he intends to pay for it.
Fantastic stuff. All right, Elena, well done. Struggling through with a cold, but she's getting there. Elena Casas here on France 24 with the French papers today. Coming up next, in focus, Spain changes tune over a